Good morning, my loves. Beautiful, magical beings. Today we're gonna drop in with our bleeding wounds. We're gonna drop into the sensations, to their stories. We're gonna allow ourselves to unfold within them, find the capacity to hold them. And find ourselves in a dance of relieving pain and finding pleasure. Know that you showing up today for your body is a love letter to yourself and to your pain. So go ahead, soften the gaze, maybe close down the eyes. Allow yourself to sink down, down, down into the body. Allow yourself to drop into the expansion and contraction of the breath. You can find yourself in whatever opening posture you would like. It might be child's pose. It might be seated, maybe on the knees. This is your practice, and your body is the wisdom keeper for what you need. I'm just here to hold space and offer guidance. I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story while you breathe, drop in, and feel into your own body for a moment. And then after, we'll go through some guided movements. So, yesterday was day 1 of my bleed. It was late and extremely intense. Perhaps one of the most intense in years. When I was younger, I would get lots of cramping and symptoms and pain, discomfort. But over the past few years, as I've sat with my womb, as I've nourished my body, I have come to a place where I rarely ever experience pain or discomfort, and actually look forward to the time of the month where I get to experience myself bleeding. But this time was extra intense. And I know exactly why, and so I'm listening to that. And won't be doing that again this cycle, but I was in so much pain. I could barely move or walk. And I know some of you know exactly the feeling, most of you. But I was dizzy and I was lightheaded and I felt like I could vomit. And I was in that state for a few hours. And what I found was that what my body needed the most was for me to sit with it. For me to go into the tissues of my uterus and really feel into the contraction and the tension. And then allow the rest of my body to kind of surrender around it. Surrender around it. And that would lead me into places where my body would tell me to actively, tense certain parts just for a moment, and then more tension would be relieved, or stretch certain parts, or make certain noises. And then eventually, before I knew it, the pain was dissipating and I could make out words again and move again and feel like I was gonna be okay again. And what I noticed was that the pain that I was feeling when I really felt into it wasn't necessarily pain. It was just intensity through the sensation of heat and pressure and pulsating. when I noticed that that's what it was, and I just kind of became a witness, I started to feel my capacity for the pain expand and hold it. And it became a pleasure. Continue breathing, continue feeling, continue being with your body, allowing the body to breathe you. Find yourself seated on the knees. And melt yourself down into a child's pose. Here I really want you to tune into the feeling of the breath breathing you, knowing that you don't have to do anything to control it or activate it, but just tuning into its natural rhythm and wisdom. Again, if you're experiencing pain, lean into it as much as you can. Move your legs into a wide leg child pose if they aren't already. Mine were not, so I'm gonna shift. Melt the belly in between the legs and feel the way that the earth holds you. See if you can get heavy in the body. Melt yourself down, down, down. Into the arms of the earth. Let any tension be your teacher. Because the more you sit with it and build your capacity to hold it, the more that it will become your pleasure. Shift your weight forward onto your forearms. Then down onto the belly. Let the knees come out wide beside you into sort of a frog position. Feel the belly pressed against the earth. Feel the pelvis against the earth. And here, if you desire, I want you to find some movement into the pelvis and the hips. And sort of giving yourself a massage against the earth. If your hips aren't on the ground, move your feet back more so that it's less in a frog position and more just like a laying down. And find a massage of the pelvis with the earth. Beautiful. Stretch the legs out behind you if you haven't already. Bend in one knee at a time. If you can, send the hand back. Find the foot with the hand. Give yourself a little pull if you wish. This position for me is less about the stretch and more about the connection between hand and foot. For me, it feels like it creates this complete circuit of energy. That allows my full body to come into flow. Switch legs and arms. Beautiful, let that go. Find yourself up on the forearms. A little arch in the back. All 10 toes on the earth. Maybe offer some neck rolls. Really just what intuitively feels good for you. Maybe look over the shoulders. Push up into the hands. Continue breathing. Let these postures organically move you. Push up onto knees. And you can go ahead, find some free flow movement. When you're ready, push back and up, downward facing dog. Take a couple moments here. And then walk the feet up. Walk the hands back. Fold over your legs. My knees are generously bent. Straighten the legs just for a moment. And roll yourself up to standing. Feel free to find a swivel of the hips. I'm doing figure eights. You might find another movement better for you. Find yourself in a bit of a wide leg forward fold. And then bend in the knees. Take the hips down. And find Malasana. At first here, maybe find some stillness. You can take hands to heart. Feel the breath, breathing you. And then notice the central channel, the Sushumna. Notice the connection between earth, womb, cervix, tailbone, solar plexus, heart, throat, voice, breast, jaw, ears, third eye, crown of the head, and the sky. Beautiful. Hands to the earth. And go ahead, find any movements here. amazing. We can meet back in Malasana just to find our center, and then forward fold once more. Roll up the standing. Shake it out, shake it out. Shaking is such a beautiful way to release tension through the fascia. Beautiful, you can slowly let that go. If you have any last minute movements that you would like to create, go ahead and allow yourself to do so. And then meet me back seated when you're ready. If you will, begin finding some touch on the body. Offering your hands as a sweet love letter. And then place them somewhere intentional. Ask your body where it wants to be held. And then offer your hands to that place. And then for a moment, we're going to tone the word A-U-M, ah. It is the sound of creation. It is the sound of love making. It is the sound of pleasure. So for us here, we can offer beautiful coherence with the womb space, as the womb is this portal of creation and pleasure. Let this sound be a message to your body that even though there may be pain and tension and intensity, you can meet it with pleasure. Beautiful. Thank you so much for being here, for taking the time to sit with your body, with your pain, and find the love in it. I do hope this brought you some relief.